Hey guys, welcome back to Wardle Road, and it's the day after. It's Wednesday today. So yesterday I did my Tuesday night live stream, which if you haven't checked out, it should be uploaded now on my channel. Basically in there I covered everything that I've been doing with the depot at the moment, and showed some products which I've been sent from Goodwood Scenics and 3D Printing Corner, which they very kindly sent me to review. But in today's video, I'm going to be showing you some of the scenes you can make with both these companies' products, as there's a huge variation of stuff that they sent me, especially 3D Printing Corner sent me loads of stuff I've never seen before, and then the quality of the Goodwood Scenic stuff is unbelievable. So yeah, in today's video I'm going to show you what you can do with these things to make some really great scenes on your layout. It's not just for depots, you can use all this stuff pretty much anywhere, because I know 3D Printing Corner did send me a barbecue, so I've yet to find a use for that in the depot. But I do have a discount code as well for Goodwood Scenics for 15% off everything, which I'll leave on the screen below now, as well as links to both the companies in the description. Other than that, don't forget to check out my Facebook page for mostly daily updates. If not every couple of days, I'll put an update of pictures of what's going on the layout. And don't forget to join me every Tuesday night that I'm not working and don't forget to join me most Tuesday nights for a Tuesday night live stream. So other than that, let's go and look at the layout. We're over at the layout at the moment in the depot area, and if you watched my live stream yesterday, you'd have seen that I went through all the products they sent me. They sent me absolutely tons of stuff from Goodwood Scenics. Especially my favourite items have to be these little rubbish bins and storage collectors for various bits of scrap metal and stuff. So I'm going to try and utilise all of these if possible. They even sent bags of scrap corrugated iron. Bags of, what's this? This is rusty swarf. So there's loads of there's rusty swarf there, and I think this is just metal swarf. They sent me lots and lots of stuff to use to fill up various wagons and things. I'm going to try and put some stuff together, some little scenes, and we'll see how it goes.
It's inland, so it would be unlikely to be a naval establishment. I didn't have enough army personnel for it to be an army.
I'll give you guys a quick update as to the progress I've made so far. Everything in this ballast wagon, aside the ballast, is all from Goodwood Scenery. And as you can see, there's a nice selection of various bits of rusty piping, rails, some corrugated iron, some scrap metal. I think that looks really good. Ignore the white, that's just the PVA glue, watered down PVA glue setting. So if we come back to this later on, and I need to weather it as well, the wagon needs a bit of weathering as well. I'll come back to that later on. I think that's going to look really good. Over in the depot sheds here, these are the Goodwood Scenics coils here on the coil stands. Got 3 of them here. These are the Bachmann train jacks, and as you can see down here, I've got some more containers to fill up. These ones over here are from 3D Printing Corner. The toolkits are from Scale Model Scenery, I believe. And then if I bring you guys down this, up here, you may recognise this little shed from my canal scene. Once I sold the canal scene, I took this off to bring with me to the next layout. I've got, these are more rusty plinths, if you like, from Goodwood Scenery, and some of them are gonna sit down here as well. I'm also using, this is from 3D Printing Corner. I'm gonna spray paint up some of these this afternoon, hopefully, and then I can just chuck a couple of them in the back of this wagon as well. But I think once that glue is dried and it's weathered down on the wagon, I think that's gonna look really good. Just sort of a bit of a utility wagon, really, just loads of stuff that people have chucked in there, using it as a bit of a mobile dustbin. If I bring you guys down to this side of the layout, as you can see, I've got 2 more coils down here and another 4 train jacks from Bachmann. And just to show you guys quickly what I mean by the lighting on the inside of the shed, you can buy these packs from Amazon. I think they're not much. I think they're about $5 for either 10 or 20 of them. I'll have to double check. But yeah, they come pre-resisted, ready for pre-resistor soldered on, ready for 12 volts. So I'm just putting them in, and then they'll wire them up to some cross beams, which I have done in this one. So once all the wires are painted grey, you shouldn't be able to see them. They should just look like overhead cabling. But the idea was I was going to use these as overhead power rails for inside the engine sheds anyway. So what I've done is one side I've got the positive rail, the other side I've got the negative, and then down here, ignore the polarity there, I didn't wire it up properly, so I've ended up doing the opposite for the plug. But once it's in here, then goes back to what it's meant to be. So this then plugs down in the socket in the ground there, which means I can take the engine shed up and down as and when I need to, and then that runs off the back of that into my control switch. And this is all wired up as well. So this one's the only one out of this whole lot that's working at the moment, but that is the first set of lights in the twin lane shed. And then obviously I'm going to move one of these over here and have that for the single lane shed. But yeah, join me back in a minute and we'll see what progress we've made. The single lane engine shed, which is going to be the carriage maintenance shed, and I'll just show you guys what it looks like on the inside. It's not lit up at the moment, but if you joined me on my Thursday stream, you'd have seen that was all working properly. I've used some various weathering pigments and some realistic oil to give the impression that this place is a bit run down. I've also weathered both the oil tanks. As you can see here, there's some puddles, and if I move this 66, there's quite a lot of mess down there as well. So just to give the idea that it's not very well maintained in this part of the depot. My new Class 40 with TTS sound has had its company logo added to it, which is the WR Group, which is from Trackside Signs. Very kindly made up a whole batch of these, and they also feature on my twin lane shed, which still needs weathering. This whole left hand side still needs a thick coat of weathering. But that's all for this side of the shed at the moment. It's going to have a camera in it eventually, so if you do join me on the Tuesday live stream, hopefully I'll have a webcam set up in there. The only other new addition to the layout is this flat loader. I think it's originally used to carry cars, but I managed to pick it up for £4 from Jane's Trains in Tooting. And I'm turning this into a mobile fueling unit. So as you can see, I've just started putting the barriers on, and once I've got some more oil tankers arrived, that will be filled up with toolkits and all sorts of stuff. I've also got some metal wheels on the way as well, as I don't particularly like the plastic ones. I don't think they run too well. So that's that for this hand side of the depot. You can see I've got all my fueling bits here to make up for, I think they're the night wing kits. For the fueling points, I'm going to have 2 fueling points here, one for either side, and a tank emptying point, or to fuel the to fill up these 2 fueling points. I'm going to have a extractor set up here, which I think Andy Ashton is working on at the moment. So I'll just go over to my spraying booth type thing and show you what I've been getting. So as you can see, I've been spraying up some more barriers for the mobile fueling unit, and they're from Scale Model Scenery. I think they're named tube line railings or something along those lines. From a 3D printed corner, I have all these items here that I've just sprayed up. These are the metal gate fences, like sort of hoarding fences, as well as some of the storage and bins over there for various bits of scrap metal. I've also sprayed up the other bits from the fueling pack. And the final piece of work, spray painting wise, have been the shelters for the 2 fueling points, which I've just started adding the 12 volt, these are tiny little LEDs, the 12 volt lights, one on each side, and then they're going to run down the legs and then under the baseboard. But I think this should give sufficient light without sort of overpowering the rest of the depot, just to give enough light for the guys to fill the locos up.
That's a nice loco locomotive goes head to head with where it all began in Double O, with the Hornby Double O Bristol Castle.
Moving on from my previous post about the Bass wagon from Bachmann, as you can see, all the glue is now dried, and I'm really pleased with the end result. These wagons are a little bit hard to get hold of, but once I get a couple more, I will do the same to the other ones as well, with some slight variations. All the products in here are from Goodwood Scenics, and as mentioned before, I do have a 15% discount code, which I'll leave a link to in the description. But all the products on here, all I've done is a layer of ballast, and the rest of the products on top of that, the railings, the rails, the rusty pipes, the stillages, and all the metal shards and scraps are all from Goodwood Scenics. The other piece I also had a go at, which you would have seen on the live stream if you were there, was this sort of scrap bin, large container unit for general waste. I've put half a sort of cardboard piece in here just to not waste all the materials I've been sent, and filled the rest of it up with the Goodwood Scenic scraps. Then I've added some railings, bins, traffic cones and pieces of wood just to vary the colour a little bit more, make it a bit more interesting. And then some of the steps that Rachel sent me from Wistanton Junction will sit on the side of it like that. And I think that looks really good. Once I've got a retaining wall at the back there, sort of fence or retaining wall, it will separate the depot from the really nice looking back scene. Actually, I'll just take a step back, you can see the progress the back scene's made. I still need to use the WWS Scenics stuff that they sent me to do the embankment, but other than that, it's back to weathering. So guys, I do hope you enjoyed that video. As always, I really enjoy using products that people have sent to me and sort of having a look at what other companies have got out there rather than just the main large manufacturers. It's really great to see smaller companies working on such unique and unique items that larger manufacturers don't produce. So if you have enjoyed, please let me know what you think of the items in the comment section below, and if you've got any feedback, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Don't forget, I will be streaming again on the Tuesday coming up. So if you do have any channel ads that you would like me to, if you have an advert of your channel, if you make it around 2 minutes long, post it on YouTube and send me the link. I'll download that and have that added into the stream ads. So during the stream, I advertise other people's channels just so the community can grow, and there's a chance to expose slightly smaller channels perhaps to a slightly larger audience. So yeah, I think that's it for today's video. We'll be back with another update video hopefully soon, but other than that, keep modelling.